day my little robins, it's me Beth, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another music video reaction. If you haven't already checked out the title, today we are back in Japan and we are reacting to a brand new band here on the channel. We are reacting to Sailing Before the Wind and their most recent song, Vanishing Figure, featuring Sean Hester of Life Itself. This was actually reached out to me via email from, Betoku. Really hope I am saying that right. He is the bassist of the band and he reached out, and I love when bands or like artists reach out because it's a great way of discovering new music. Japanese metalcore band, been around since 2011 from what I'm reading on like Facebook. They've had numerous lineup changes, but he is the consistent member. He's like the only original member. So currently the band consists of 5 members and bassist / composer Betoku with 4 recruited members. He's also known as the former touring bassist of Crystal Lake. I've checked out Crystal Lake once on the channel and I was pretty impressed, and well, I've been pretty impressed with like Japan and like what they've been bringing. I love metalcore. If you don't like metalcore, then maybe don't watch this video, but if you want to check out a brand new band alongside me with like an honest first reaction, then keep on watching. That was a lot of information to digest in the intro. Let's get into the reaction. But before we do, if you'd like to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking the like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified when I upload on this channel. Enough rambling, let's just dive straight into Sailing Before the Wind, Vanishing Figure. Yeah. Okay, let's press play. I'm really intrigued. Okay. Okay. Hey. Japan. I'm gonna try and not say as much until the end. But this song slaps so far, so... Love me some, like, joint clean vocals. Get yourself someone who does both. Guessing that's Sean. Love the juxtaposition. I'm also loving like the aesthetic and like the visuals and oh, that stash. Okay. I'm so impressed. You can't see, but like off camera I am tapping away on my knee in time with the beats. Of course, it's not the end. Synchronized headbanger. Like the quality and the production as well. Okay, now it's the end. That was Sailing Before the Wind, Vanishing Figure, featuring Sean Hester of Life Itself. Let's talk about it. Now, I know what some of you are probably thinking watching this. Are you going to be biased and say it's amazing, you know, because, you know, you were reached out to, like, react to this band? And that is not how I work here on the channel. If I don't like something, I will say. If I like something, then you know I liked it. A prime example is the band Breathing Theory. I've done 3 reactions to, like, 3 songs, and, well, I didn't like the first time. Second time got better. Third time I was like, yeah, I love you guys. And they appreciated the honesty, so, you know, I'm going to be really honest, and I'm just going to, like, hold my hands up now and say, like I said in the introduction, Japan is just, like, a whole other beast when it comes to, like, music, when it comes to, like, rock, when it comes to metal. They are, like, doing things, you know, that are familiar as someone, you know, from the West who has pretty much listened to metalcore, you know, since her high school days. But then there's like a unique quality and a take that, you know, makes it kind of like a bit quintessentially like Japanese, so, you know, it stands out, you know, it's not all the same. And I feel like Sailing Before the Wind, from what I've seen on Facebook, they've been around since like 2011, but Bitoku, he is like the only like founding member. So, you know, been around a while. It'll be interesting to check out other like songs and videos, maybe previous ones like down the line, because it's I love to see where a band has come from versus where they are now. But I was very impressed, and there is no bias. I might be a little bit biased towards like Japanese bands because I feel like they are putting a lot of Western bands to shame. But I've got to say this now, like, I wasn't, when the song started and like the vocalist, he was doing like the uncleans, he was doing the growls, and I was like, well, I definitely know he's going to jump into doing something like really like soft cleans. And then we had like Sean come in and he was like just full on like intense growls, and then when we swapped back to like Sailing Before the Wind, they decided just to stick with like the soft, I don't really feel like saying soft, but like the singing, like the cleans. And I thought that was like a really interesting juxtaposition between the two vocalists. I would have loved, you know, maybe if they continued some of like the uncleans, like Sailing Before the Wind, just as like another like extra juxtaposition. But you can't go wrong with like clean vocals and unclean vocals in like metalcore as a whole. You know, a lot of my favourite bands do have 2 vocalists in a band, you know, one for the cleans, one for the uncleans. But it seems to be with like a lot of like the Japanese like bands, get yourself one vocalist who does it all. For me, the prime example is probably Dexcore. Oh my god, when his cleans, I'm there like, oh my god, you sound like an angel but growl like a devil. And I kind of feel like if I warm up to Sailing Before the Wind, that's going to be the same. Okay, now we've got to talk about the rest of the band. The guitars, of course, we've got to talk about the bass and the drums. The drums, like I said, you couldn't really see it off screen, but I was like tapping on my knee in time with like the beat, because drums definitely drive a song, and they drove this song. The guitars and bass, you know, they slapped, they came in where they needed to like kind of like boom, make an impact. And yeah, I'm gonna definitely like say that in terms of like bass, you know what you're doing. Same with the guitars, they know what they're doing. Drums, you know what you're doing. Vocals, you know what you're doing. Like, oh, I got so intense that the camera just decided to blur. But yeah, everything about it, the production, really high quality. But like I said, if they've been around like in like some sort of like iteration since like 2011, then it's going to be clean, it's going to be polished. And like I said, I'm definitely going to check out more of this band, be it, you know, older songs or maybe when they do future releases. Comments is the place to go, because this is an honest first reaction, and I actually want to check out more of this band. Not because I want them to, you know, grow on me, because I feel like they had the quality that I'm there like, ooh, okay, you piqued my interest. I just want to see, you know, what they've done or what they're going to do. So yeah. Also, who doesn't love discovering like a brand new band? Like, yeah, so Betoku, I really hope I'm saying your name right, because I've just realised I could be butchering it the whole time, and I'm just there like, no, I'm going to say it how I think it's pronounced. So feel free to tell me in the comments if I said it right, if I said it wrong. As you've learnt with some of these other Japanese bands, you guys love to make fun of my pronunciation. Let's just say I'm an ignorant foreigner. Like, I can pronounce Sean because it's like an English name. So yeah. But enough about that. The video itself was very simplistic, which in the past I've said is a good thing, and it can also be a bad thing. But this was like simple. It was like it was pretty much one room. Like, it looked like they were probably filmed in like a house or like a warehouse. So, you know, keep the set basic, you know, keeps down costs. But then I loved like the visuals and the aesthetics, especially like the blues and like the purples. I love those. I love that colour scheme in general, with like a little bit of pink thrown in. And then we kind of had, it was just colour for when Sean was doing his part, but then he kind of went into like that purple, blue, pinky thing like a little bit towards the end. And then when we cut back to Sailing Before the Wind, they were like stood in front of like a window, and it was like glowing, and it was all like beautiful and like sunlight, and I'm like, wow. Took me on a visual journey, and it was simple, done well. There's a difference between me liking simple and me hating simple, but yeah, I think I've covered everything. The vocals, the band, the song, the guest. Yeah, I think I've ticked all my boxes. Again, comments, place to go if you feel like I missed anything, because I want to start a conversation with you guys. Also, while you're in the comments, I'd love to hear, you know, your guys' thoughts and opinions on the song, the video, the band. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Sound off. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion here on the channel, and trust me, a lot of you guys are very opinionated, especially when it comes to these Japanese bands, which is understandable. So, you know, let's start a conversation. Again, Betoku, thank you for reaching out, and I am very happy you did, because I probably wouldn't have found Sailing Before the Wind otherwise, unless it probably came up on probably some like Japanese like random Spotify playlist down the line. But thank you so much for reaching out. It makes my job making these videos a lot easier, because sometimes I run out of ideas and then I'm there like, oh, there we go, there's a reaction. Anyway, let's get into my rating / ranking, which is all you guys really care about. Now, this is a first time reaction, and I know what you guys are thinking. In the past, I have given first time reactions like a 10 or above, and I feel like when it comes to Sailing Before the Wind and Vanishing Figure, that, you know, they're definitely going to be up there high. Do I think it is like a 10 out of 10 song, probably compared to like other maybe Japanese metalcore songs I've checked out on the channel or in my own time. So you know they're going to be high. They're not getting a 10 because this is a first time listen. So yeah, if I had to give Sailing Before the Wind, Vanishing Figure featuring Sean Hester a rating out of 10, guys, they are getting a solid 9 out of 10. 9 is fine here on the channel. It is one off being the perfect score, and that's got nothing to do with the fact that I want to check out more of this band, but it's because, yes, I gushed about them, but I feel like I just needed like something a little bit extra to push it to that perfect score. Also, if I gave it a 10, I could already see some of the comments being like, you only did that because like he reached out. No, trust me, like I said in the intro, Breathing Theory, I have been really harsh to like especially like the first 2 songs that they asked me to like check out. I'm very surprised they kept asking me to check out their songs, so yeah, I was impressed. It didn't blow my mind in terms of what I've seen from Japan, so don't know what I'm doing with my hands. Let's just wrap this up before I continue to ramble. If you'd like to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified when I upload on this channel. At the end of this video, you can check out my last 2 videos or playlist depending on what mood I'm in when I'm editing this. Until next time, I'm Beth. Keep listening to good music. Goodbye.